So do our best to make that happen. Let me wait for this to start up. Let me wait for this to start up. All right. What is up, everybody? 1 second here. All right. What is up, everybody? I'm gonna pause that. Make sure that I can see myself on YouTube and wait for some people to roll in here. But like I said, we are going on with the show no matter what. Myself on YouTube and wait. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're there. All right. So I can now see any questions anybody has on the YouTube app, but I am going to probably not be able to really answer them because I want to just go through these slides and get through this in about an hour. And I'll probably have a little bit of time at the end. What up, Monty? All right, so this is on YouTube and Zoom. If you're watching on YouTube, comment, let me know you're there. If you're watching it in Zoom, likewise, comment in the Zoom room. But yeah, guys, this is list building for geniuses. Because if you know to build your list, you are not a dummy. You're doing the smart thing. A lot of people forget to build their lists and they regret it. I would rather have 10,000 people on my list than 100,000 YouTube subscribers or Facebook group followers. It's just the best medium for your business, for driving sales. I'm going to get into that here shortly. Here's what we're going to learn tonight. Tonight, you're going to learn the benefits of growing an email list. Obviously, we need to make sure that you're sold on it because there's a lot of things you're going to need to do. So I want to make sure that you are 100% in on email. I'm going to teach what makes a great lead magnet. To get email subscribers, you need to have what's called a lead magnet. I'll teach you what that is, and I'm going to give you 50 examples of lead magnets. I'm going to plow through that, but that'll be cool. And then I'm going to go through my 3 favorite lead generation methods. There's going to be those 50 different lead magnets, but 3 of them are the ones that are the core of most of my list building. I'm going to go through those. And then we're going to talk about, this is really fun. This is break-even costs. We're going to talk about what that is and what it means for your email list and growing your list for free. So I'm going to show you basically how to spend money on ads and then liquidate it with an email sequence. So you're essentially going to get leads. You're going to pay whatever the cost per click is you have to do to get them. And then it's going to balance out in the end because you're going to hopefully make money on your sales funnel. All right, I'm going to show you the best way to learn how to run paid ads. There's so many paid ad courses. This webinar is not a build up to some course. There's no course being sold. I do have a free email marketing course at emailmarketingminicourse.com. That doesn't, there's no upsell there. I just want you guys to learn email marketing and engage with the community over there at the emailmarketingminicourse.com. There's no upsell, but the $10 per day paid traffic mastery method is going to be the #1 way to learn how to use paid traffic, use Facebook ads, Twitter ads, Google ads, whatever it is. Because let's face it, guys, organic traffic is hard. It's not what it used to be, right? Where you could just put out anything in the early 2000s and people would eat it up. There's so much noise out there. So paid traffic, you know, it really is becoming a pay to play world. And that's okay because when you know how to do it, you can really, really take advantage of it. So first, I want you guys to visualize something. Picture this. So I blurred out the name of it. If anybody knows what this is, leave it in the comments. This is, I'll give it a couple seconds to see if anybody can guess what it is. Obviously, it's a basketball arena, but what arena is it? It is Madison Square Gardens. Madison Square Gardens holds about close to 21,000 people. This is what it looks like when it's full, right? That's a lot of people. And that's just, a basketball arena is obviously going to be much smaller than a football stadium or a baseball stadium that can hold like 100,000 people. But that's a lot of people, 20,000 people. So think about that. That is the size of a very realistic email list. Someone could get a list of 20,000 people within a year or two. Yeah, there'd be an outlier for sure to build a list that fast, a good list, right? Not just crap people that aren't interested, not crap people, but crap subscribers that are, someone who didn't know that they were signing up for your email list and they got there from some spammy way. But imagine if you had 20,000 customers like this just listening to you, right? You come out on the middle of the floor right here at the stadium and you come up with an offer. You say you've got something to sell, right? You've got this offer. It's $100, something that's super relevant to everybody that's in here. Let's say it's keeping with the basketball thing. Let's say that it's a seat cushion that holds and cools your beer and lets you sneak beer into the stadium or something like that. And you sell it, and then these people buy it, right? This tiny little portion, because when you have a big list of 20,000 people, it's not like you can expect 20,000 people to buy. You're going to just get a couple of buyers, right? Or not a couple, but a small percentage. So let's say that small percentage buys, right? You go, oh, that's not that exciting. Like, well, think about it. That's just one email. And if that's a big product, that's a lot of people, right? And that's just a small fraction of everybody in here. So you send another email, right? You're going to make some more money. Another email, and you just have this list on tap, right? Where you're continually able to just go and send these offers and send content or whatever it is that you're doing. You're able to send that to this list that you've built. It's an asset that is going to stay with you and grow any business that's relevant to the what the subscribers came onto your list for originally. So that should excite you. Really try to visualize that, because 20,000 subscribers is totally doable. It would make you one of the bigger email marketers. Obviously, there's people that have lists that are 100,000, 200,000. Big companies have them in the millions. But if you're just an entrepreneur with a small business, this could be a very, very game-changing thing for you. 20,000 people. And I think that is a reasonable goal that everybody should set. If you have no subscribers, set a little lower. Let's set it to 1,000, right? Let's focus maybe just on these people down here sitting by the court side, right? But over time, you should have that bigger goal of 20,000 subscribers. That is huge. But isn't email marketing dead? So the thing about email marketing is it's old. So people don't really think it's that sexy, because everyone wants things to be easy. They want things, they want to know that it wasn't their fault that they weren't getting results before. And that's just not really the case. Email marketing isn't dead. It's changed. You're not going to get the 70% open rates that you used to get, back in 2003, right? But you can still get 25%, 30, 35% open rates. The average, if you're a bad email marketer and you have a list that is decent, right, and you're pruning it a little bit, you should be able to get over 20% open rates. And if you have 20,000 people, right, that's pretty substantial. Every time somebody opens it, there's going to be a smaller percentage that click and a smaller percentage that convert. But the numbers really, really do add up, and it's a big deal. If you can create a big list, email marketing is so far from dead. Everyone will talk about chat bots and all that, but email marketing is here to stay. So the answer to that is hell no. Also, like I alluded to earlier, I would rather have a big mailing list than a big social or organic reach. With social, there was a guy did some research. On average, he found that for 1,000 social followers that were relevant, you could expect about 6 conversions if you sold something to 1,000 people and 1,000 people saw it. That's one thing, is if you have a group of 100,000 people on Facebook, 100,000 people aren't getting that message. Facebook is holding back a lot of that stuff. All of the big media or the big social media outlets are doing that. They want it to be pay to play, and that's just what it is now. Let me kill this. All right. And then if we're going to go organic, you can expect a little bit more, right? Because people are searching for, how to get blah, blah, blah product, and they find yours organically. They're already interested, right? That's going to get you about 25 conversions. But with email, you can expect about 42 conversions out of that 1,000. 1,000 subscribers is just going to give you a much, much better conversion rate. and the people are much more susceptible to being sold on an email. They're open to being sold on email, right? So here's the benefits of growing a large email list. Some people to roll in here, like I said. So here's the benefits of growing a big email list. Number one, no one can take it from you, right? With a big YouTube channel or a big Facebook channel, you don't own that, right? You build it and you did a lot of work for it, but you don't own it. YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, whatever it is, they own it. You're borrowing it, right? And for the most part, people they don't just lose their accounts for nothing, but it's happened. There's been some big names that have lost their accounts, and then they lost their whole businesses because they hadn't really planned for it. They hadn't built that email list. You can create relationships with your potential customers. So one of the things that people make the mistake of when they do email marketing is they only use it for sales. There is a lot of give and take with email. You have to provide value because people want, unless your business is like Wendy's, right? And even if you're Wendy's, you need to send things that get people excited, right? Like contests or charity things that they're doing. But for the most part, they're going to be giving like coupons and stuff like that. But for people like myself who create content, I'm able to send my content to my customers, and they're able to get value from what I do. And I'm able to create that for free because I'm eventually compensated in the small percentage of them that do buy something from me. So the majority get it for free, and then the small percentage that pay for the stuff, basically liquidate the whole thing. Next, it's going to help you make sales, obviously, and not only that, but reduce refunds. If you have a sales funnel, right, and you're selling products, one of the things that a lot of people forget to do is make sure that they're following up with the people who bought their products to make sure that they are still happy with them, or that they're getting the use out of them, right? Or maybe going to leave them positive feedback, ask them what they can improve. Most people don't do that. And, refunds, if you can reduce refunds, that's just as good as making sales. And you can grow any other channel you want, right? Take Pat Flynn from smartpassiveincome.com. He's one of my favorites. He created a big following on his podcast and his website, and he built his email list, right? The whole time he says he started late, but that's really relative. I mean, it's hard to say. He started it in like 2011, I think. But he built this huge email list. So then he started a YouTube channel. And when it was time to start trying to get subscribers to that, it was easy for him. He sent out an email and said, hey, check this out. He did a really good job with a follow-up where if you clicked on it, he came and checked back in with you. It was awesome. And he grew his YouTube to I think he's over 200,000 subscribers now. And that's pretty substantial. And the email was really one of the catalysts for that. You can become a sought-after commodity. If you have a big email list, go to a website like udemy.com. It's not the learning site Udemy with EY, but it's with an I, udimi.com. People that have big email lists actually sell broadcasts there, and they earn about 80 cents or 50 to 80 cents plus per click. And that's really cheap. I don't recommend that anybody does that because a good email marketer should be able to make their own money without selling clicks. But that's what there is, this value to any list that you build, right? People want it. People want you to mention them in your list. People will come and you'll have a lot of opportunities when you start to build a big email list. Next, you'll be able to get an immediate flood of free traffic to your content and offers. So let's say you create a blog post and you write content or you make videos, you do these things. And if a lot of the times you want to do content that's not going to rank organically, it's like super competitive, or maybe it's just really like obtuse, like an opinion piece. If you don't have a mailing list, it's hard, or a following on other platforms, it's hard to get eyes on that, right? But if you have a big mailing list, you can write an opinion piece and get thousands of visits by sending it to your email broadcast, right? And then those people are more likely to share it. And then you can start to get your content out there that normally would never have seen the light of day because it would have had a hard time ranking organically. All right, so to build your list, right? That's great. I've hopefully convinced you how great email marketing is and all that. But what do you have to do to build your list? You need to offer something. just because someone doesn't pay directly when they give you an email, emails are not free. We don't just give away our emails. Everyone knows that there's value to it, right? You have to open up these messages. A lot of them are spam. People are going to crowd your inbox. You know, you're not going to see the important things that you want to see. There is definitely some value to someone's email list, and they're giving that. So it's not, you can't just expect people to sign up for like your newsletter, right? I see that all the time, and I just can't believe it that people still do that, because they're just killing their conversions. You know, nobody wants to sign up for your newsletter unless you're someone like Tim Ferriss, or like a big website like the New York Times or Entrepreneur Magazine, stuff like that. The rest of us, we have to use lead magnets. And a lead magnet is just anything of value that you can give to a potential customer in exchange for their email address or some other personal information. I recommend that you always get the email, and if you can, get the first name, and that is it. Unless you have some sort of sales script and you're trying to get people on the phone, something like that, I do recommend that you just try to get the email. And then if you want, I do recommend that you try to get the first name, because you can use that first name in email broadcasts later and personalized emails. And they've always shown for me to have better engagement when I use people's names. So that is what a lead magnet is. Now I'm going to go through a bunch of different types, and I don't want to spend all of the time of the webinar on it. So I'm going to give you a link to an article. I'll give it to you in a second. Let me cover what, let's go through what makes a great lead magnet first. A great lead magnet should be highly relevant to your end product. So a big mistake that people make is they create, they think that all leads are created equal, and they go, oh man, I created this giveaway, and I got 2,000 people subscribed for it in 1 hour. Like everybody that's trying to use Facebook ads and paying $1 per click, like they're so stupid. I just created this contest and I got 2,000 email subscribers. This is crazy. I'm going to make so much money. And you go, well, what was your giveaway? And they go, I was giving away an iPad, a new iPad Air, or the new MacBook Pro. It's like, that doesn't say anything about the person that's subscribing, because everybody, even Android people, would take it and sell it. Everybody wants an iPad. Everybody wants a MacBook, right? That says nothing about their value on your email list. So if you do that, you end up with a garbage list of people that just want iPads, but probably don't want anything to do with what you're doing. There's people who Google iPad giveaway. I've made this mistake. I'm not saying that, I'm talking from experience here. People will Google things like iPad giveaway, and then they'll just go and enter every single iPad giveaway contest. They'll use a burner email address that they check just to see if they won. And other than that, they're never going to open it. And one of the problems with that is that when somebody doesn't open your emails, your email reputation starts to take a hit. And when I say email reputation, I don't mean like, oh, what Cindy and Tom are talking about. I'm talking about the email service providers that like Google and Yahoo and Bing. When they start seeing that all of these people you're sending email to aren't opening or engaging with your emails, they're going to start putting your emails into the junk or spam folder for people who might actually want to see them, right? So you get somebody that comes in, and let's say that you're in the pet space and you sell a line of pet brushes or something like that. You get somebody who has a pet and they're super into your products. Now they don't see them because you've got this reputation with Google and Yahoo that whenever you send an email, nobody reads it. And that's because you're sending pet product emails to people who want iPads, right? So that's something you have to take into mind. So you want to create a lead magnet that is something that your dream customer would want to have, right? What do they value? Make that for them and deliver it. So let's go back to the giveaway example. So let's say the pet product people, what should they give away? You can do a giveaway. I'm not saying don't do a giveaway, but you can do a giveaway and make it relevant, right? So the giveaway should be, you could give away a electric fence for your dog if you have a line of dog products. Because the only people that are going to want to enter a giveaway about electric fence are probably dog owners, give or take the few people like my Amazon friends who are going to flip it. But for the most part, that is a better way to narrow that down. You can still do a giveaway, but you have to do it with the people that are actually possibly going to be customers for you going forward. Next, it has to be easily digestible. I've made this mistake a lot. I still have a lot of lead magnets that do pretty well for me, that are pretty big, like full-blown books. But one of the big mistakes that I made was thinking that I had to have a huge thing to build my list. Really, if it's smaller but holds the same value, that's so much better. So a cheat sheet is going to be better than a 6-hour training program most of the time. First of all, because people are like, "Oh, 6-hour training program, why is it free?" So I'm having that problem right now with my email marketing mini course. It's hard to give away something that's that that long and convince people that it has value. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. Check that out, though, by the way, emailmarketingminicourse.com. It is a completely free email course that I've created. But yeah, like I said, it's too long. That's my one problem. So kind of focusing on fewer students who are more serious. It's never going to make me a giant email list, right? If I made a cheat sheet, though, that said, here's how to make your first $1,000 with email, it would outperform it probably tenfold. So make it easily digestible. Next, you want to give a real result. Better results is a better lead magnet, right? So you could say, here's how to add 1.5 inches to your vertical in 20 minutes. It has to be real, right? It can't be too hypey. It has to be something you can actually do. And so think about what is the coolest thing that you could give or do or say or share of what is the most value you could give to somebody in the smallest amount of time. And that is probably going to be a great lead magnet. Also, to demonstrate your expertise, because the thought process is this: if let's say that my friend Chris has a lead magnet and Chris gives it away, and I'm like, man, this is amazing. I'm like, he gave this away for free? Are you serious? Like, if this is what's free, then what do I get if I pay? Right? That's the thought process. That's what should go through everybody's mind. Is you want them to know that you're a person who provides serious value, even when it's free. Your free stuff is not where you should slack. The free stuff is where you should really, really put in a lot of effort. Put in a lot of effort to everything, but don't focus just on the high end stuff. You gotta give offer right up front, because it's, like I said, it's too crowded. There's too much noise. You got to separate yourself early and often. Has to have real value, right? It's something that you would say, I could sell this and I would make money. If you couldn't sell it, and I'm not talking for like $100, $1,000. I'm talking like $7, $5, $10, $20. If you could do that and people would actually buy it and you're giving away for free, that is a good lead magnet. Now, I'm going to cover 50 different types of lead magnets. These are like lead generation mediums. There is a blog post, and this is going to go out to everybody at the end later tonight. I'm going to send an email with a recap. It's a replay of all this, and it's going to have a link to this article. It's entreresource.com/lead-magnet. It is a very long post about lead magnets. And you'll see one of the too long lead magnets I created at the top. Ironically, I turned the post into a free PDF. Right. So it was a post I was going to write anyway. I didn't write the book just as a lead magnet, but I did turn an existing post into a lead magnet. So I was trying to be creative there. It gets a decent amount of conversions, but check that out. entreresource.com/lead-magnet. I go into examples and more detail about each one of these. So I'm going to try to go through these quickly. So these are lead magnets or lead generators, whatever you want to call them. Number one, an audio file. You've had an audio book, or I did one. You can find it on my website somewhere, where it was evening meditations for entrepreneurs. I paid somebody on Fiverr. I gave her a script and I said, read these 20 prompts. It was kind of corny and kind of cheesy, but it was cool. It was clever, I thought. Calculator. This could be either like a web app calculator or in a spreadsheet. I do these a lot with spreadsheets. If you are smart enough with computers that you can make your own web app that requires an email, and this is one of the other 50. So calculator can be done in a couple of different ways. But if you can make it either web-based or in an Excel file type of thing, you can get a lot of conversions. Next, case studies. These, if it makes a good blog post, it probably makes a good lead magnet. Basically take, what could have been a blog post and package it up, and instead of posting it, make it a lead magnet, or post it and still make it a lead magnet. There's no harm in that. Catalog. If you have a physical product business, this is like killing two birds with one stone, obviously, because you get people to subscribe and they see your products. No brainer there. Cheat sheet. People love cheat sheets. Checklist pretty much similar to cheat sheets. Coupons. This is great if you do anything on Shopify. Those spinny wheels where you click on them and they tell you, get a discount between 5 and 20%. I always fill those out. I always seem to get the 5% ones, but those are cool. They work well. Desktop wallpaper. This is kind of cool because it keeps you top of mind. I saw somebody in the fitness space do this, and it was like a picture of her. It was like a motivational thing, and it had like her brand name up there in the corner, and it was cool. And it kept her brand top of mind. So whenever you were ready to buy whatever the stuff she was selling, I don't remember what she sold exactly, but you could, she would be top of mind because you saw her desktop every day. Early bird access. If you have a software or something coming out, you can do kind of like a backdoor thing where it says, hey, sign up now, and we'll let you access it before the general public. You have to do this like on your blog or on your, somewhere else. You can't make it. So it's just like giantly publicly available type of thing. Ebook, like I said, that one's usually too long, but you can write an ebook and keep it short, or you can do a full big ebook and split test it, right? You're going to want to try more than just one of these. Email course, if you use a service like ConvertKit, which I highly, highly, highly recommend, an email course is great. It does a lot of things. Number one, it gets people to open your emails, right? Which is a huge part about getting a lead, about a lead magnet, is you need people to actually open the email. And if you have an email course, people know to expect the next email. So when they see it, they open it. They're not weirded out by it. So if you say, hey, sign up and get my 7-day, 7-day bench press boosting program, right? Where I'm going to show you one tip every day for 7 days. And by the end of it, you'll be able to bench press 15 more pounds than you do right now. I'd sign up for that. I'm trying to get my bench up. Feel weak lately, getting old. So yeah, email course, that's awesome. And that, like I said, kills two birds. Event tickets, whether they're online or in person. Facebook group access. I'm going to cover this in a little bit more detail. Free book plus shipping. This one gets people a little turned because it's not really a free book because you're paying for the shipping, and the shipping is usually almost as expensive as the book. This was popularized by Russell Brunson with his book .com Secrets. It's really a genius method, but it's really more for sales funnels. You're going to get a higher quality of subscriber because anybody that will spend money with you is going to be way better than somebody who just wanted a free, a freebie. You're going to definitely, that's like the cream of the crop, basically separating themselves for you. But your conversion rates are going to be lower. You're going to have costs. It's a little bit more to handle logistically, but it is a lead generator nonetheless, a little more advanced. All right, a free chapter. If you have a book, give the free chapter. At the end of the free chapter, give them a link to buy the book. Pretty smart. Chris Green has done that. He's done really well with that. Free coaching consultation. This one you have to be careful with. Giving away your time is not very scalable. So if you do a coaching and consultation, that's fine, but you need to have a sales something at the end, right? You can't just be. It's not okay for you to give away so much of your time for free. I don't care what stage you're at in the business. You need to be careful with giving everybody who asks your time. It's not healthy. And trust me, you can't give away too much of your time. But if you do have if you have a huge, if you have like a $10,000 mastermind or $1,000 course, hell yeah, get on the phone and do some calls. Give back some reciprocity, give people some value, even if they don't buy. If you take 10 calls and you're a genuine, good, nice person, people they're gonna be able to sense that on the phone. If you want to do that, go for it. It's a good way to close high ticket sales without being salesy, honestly. A free quote. This is great for a lot of businesses. It's even better if you can make this automated, where you have like a little software that gives them a quote. Like if you're a landscaper, you could be like, here, get a free quote for how much mulch it will cost you, and then they tell you their yard size, blah blah blah, and then you give them a quote and a link to buy, something like that. But they have to give an email before they get the quote. All of these have to require an email before they get anything. Free shipping. If you have a Shopify or Amazon or Shopify store or drop shipping, that's an awesome method because it makes people buy a real physical product.
Free trial. If you have a software, free trials are great just because they help you build that list. If you do a $1 trial, that's good too. Like I said, it's if somebody will spend even just $1, they're separating themselves from the pack, because a lot of people don't want to pull out their credit card at all. So if someone will pull out their credit card, even if it's just for a penny, just the act of them pulling out the credit card and trusting you enough to give you even a cent says a lot, and you're going to get a much higher cut of people. Not that they're bad people, but I'm just saying as customer-wise, you're going to get people that are more serious about buying your product. Gated content. What I mean by this is like blog posts. I have a software that I use called Thrive Themes, and I'm able to actually lock the post, and it like blurs out the post and it says, hey, this is content that I can't give away for free because blah, blah, blah. It's something like if it was a really good piece of content, but it wasn't ranking very well, I'll gate it. I'll be like, look, I'm not getting a lot of traffic to this. It's great content. Leave an email and I'll open it up for you. But everybody else, carry on. Right. So there's tools that can allow you to do that. Generator. I know like rap name generators are popular. I think that's how Post Malone got his name. But there's all types of things. Baby name generator. Anything. You could think of a million different types. Giveaway. Like I said at the beginning, be careful with the giveaways though, because everyone loves giveaway. So make sure that whatever it is that you give away is targeted to your dream customer. We talked about that. Guide, just similar to cheat sheet, a little bigger. Teach somebody something quickly, succinctly. Infographic, these are great. Not much to say there. Membership area, mind map, newsletter. So this is my least favorite. Like I said, unless you are unless you're some sort of cutting edge, insider that has this new and original information and people desperately want to hear what you have to say. Like if you're like a Warren Buffett type or someone who's like a crypto influencer, something like that, newsletters it's just a waste of space in my opinion. You get so many more conversions by giving something away. Plan, anything like a weight loss plan, workout plan. Predictions, this is great for people that are in the financial industry. Let me state that I don't know how the FTC handles that stuff. You can't say like, this is what's actually going to happen. You have to say like, this is what I think will happen. Don't take my word for it, stuff like that. I don't know, but you can make predictions like that. And it doesn't have to be about finance. It could be like, here's my predictions for what will happen with Facebook marketing and by 2022 or something like that. Quizzes, people love quizzes. You just have to put the email at the end. I've filled out a lot of them and I'm like, okay, I'll give you my email now, because I already did the work. Recipes, replays, like webinar replays like this one. Resources, tools list. This is great. I actually make a lot of my affiliate sales for products with a resources and tools list. And people love them. My website's entreresource.com. I love finding new tools and resources. So whenever somebody has a list of them, I always grab it. And then if they link to their affiliates, I don't care. That's good for them. Roundup. This is a great way to get other people to create content for you. So you'd be like, hey, this is what 50 people have to say about, or 50 of the world's greatest day traders give their best tips or something like that. Script, Slack group. Be careful with this because you fill up a group and people are asking you questions all the time. It can be tough. Slideshow, make a PowerPoint slide. By the way, I'll give everybody access to these slides in the email to all registrants. State of the industry. This is great if you're able to do like a deep dive and find data and stuff about your industry, whatever the industry is. A summary. You can do a summary of even the summary of a popular book. Like here's a summary of the art of public speaking, something like that. It'd be pretty popular. Survey. Swipe file. Watch till the end, guys. I'm going to give you one of a swipe file that I've been building. That's pretty cool. It's not my stuff. It's a swipe file. I've stolen the stuff from other people that I use for my own marketing. I edit it, obviously, but this is stuff that you can use as well. You can fill in as far as email headlines and stuff like that. I'll show you that at the end if you stick around. Templates. These are great. Like if you're in the merch space, be like, here's a template for blah, blah, blah. Transcripts. So if I did a transcript of this webinar, I could give that away. You can get that done easily with a site called rev.com. Tutorials, Vault, library, and some of these words are just kind of synonymous for each other. Video files, just like replays with actual MP4. People kind of like that because they can like take it with them. I don't know. It's 2019, so they kind of are losing their luster. Waiting list, obviously, the waiting list is great if you have something to sell. Web app. I'll talk about this in a second, but yeah, I'm not going to just leave web apps there. We're going to come back to those webinars like this one and worksheets. All right. So that's a 50 types, guys. Let's go into ways to get traffic to your lead magnet. And then I'm going to share with you the 3 best ways of getting traffic for me, the things that I like the best. All right. So first way is through paid traffic. It's the fastest way, right? Building organic traffic takes time and it's frustrating. And most people give up before they get any lick of organic traffic. I get it. It's hard. So paid traffic can be through social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, or YouTube. Or it can be through search traffic, which is Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So the difference between social and search is social is more of a billboard. Think about a billboard where people are driving by a billboard and there's a billboard that says McDonald's 2 miles up on the left. All of that traffic, there's going to be some vegans who don't want to eat at McDonald's. There's going to be some people who just hate McDonald's. There's going to be some people who just ate at Wendy's a mile back. Then there's going to be a few people that actually will go and turn into McDonald's. But it's going to be more broad, right? They're targeting people. Social media is not that broad. We can target it pretty well, but we can't target it as well as search traffic, because search traffic, I can type in something like Nike size, 10 and a half. Well, that's a bad example. That's a terrible example. I wouldn't run ads to Nike. I could be like men's fitted hats, or something even better. I could do like discount code for I don't know, water bottle discount. I'm coming up with a blank now, but you can target things very specifically. So a lot of the articles that I have that drive affiliate commissions for me and sell my own products, I rank for things like product plus discount code. If I run ads to that, I can make a lot of sales. And then you've got solo ads. I just recently got back into solo ads, and in a future video, I'll kind of go through my findings. Solo ads are 95% crap. But you can actually find some good ones. I found a couple of good ones, and I'll share them someday soon. Once I feel I've tapped them out, I'll share them, or tap them out for my own use. I'll share them with other people. Then you've got the organic searches, right? You've got content creation, community development, like if you have a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group or a Google group. And then you've got free softwares and web apps that people come to, right? You get a ton of traffic to a free app. If you can make something that's free and gets people like into the habit of using it, oh man, it's like printing your own money. All right, so here are my 3 favorites though. First, Facebook groups. I have a Facebook group. It's about 31,000 people. A lot of you are probably in it. So FBA Today. When people apply, they don't have to, but I give them the option to leave an email, and I send them into an email sequence that gives them 3 freebies related to selling on Amazon. It does really well. People can get in without leaving an email as long as they're a legitimate looking user. But yeah, that one does really, really well for me. And there's a tool called Group Convert that I use. My friend and former student, Kim Dang, made that, and it's really, really powerful. It helps me get probably 50 to 60 email subscribers per day. It's really great. Facebook groups are huge. And I understand that my group is bigger. So at scale, I kind of get more traffic just because of the fact that we're bigger. But it's, even if you're just starting out, it's a great way to get, your first 1,000 email subscribers, especially if you already have a group. Free software tools. This is the next best one. If you can come up with a free software tool that's related to something that you're going to sell, it's huge. Even if you just use it to pixel the traffic, which is basically retargeting, giving yourself the ability to retarget people later with something paid, that's awesome. And people love it, especially if you can make something that when you know that you're going to use it for list building, you can spend some money on it. Check out ubersuggest.com. And you'll see what Neil Patel has done. He created it's really one of the best keyword research tools out there, and he makes it completely free. It's crazy. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, don't use it because it is free. They think it's not good, but it really is good. Next, webinars. Webinars like this one do very, very well. I put this webinar together just a few days ago, and it got, I think, like 70 signups, which is not big. I didn't advertise it at all. A lot of those people were already on my list, but it got some signups, and I'm going to be creating content anyway. So I'm able to provide you guys with value, build my own credibility, and then I'm also going to have a video on YouTube. So I'm killing like a lot of birds right now with one stone that everybody kind of gets the benefit from. So webinars are great. You know, you got to get a webinar software and stuff like that, but they're a great way to build your list. So the break-even cost, I promise we talk about this. This is where it gets pretty exciting. You have to ask, how much can you spend to acquire a new subscriber for free? That's where you could tear into that and we could rip that sentence to shreds. But you have to, if you can find that number where you go, okay, I spend $5 to get someone on my email list. If I can get that person to somehow buy $5 worth of, you know, or if I can get $5 of profit out of that person, I'm basically building my list for free. And that is really the genius of all paid traffic, is people know the average customer's value. And then that means that they know how much they can spend on ads. And most people are terrified of spending too much money on ads. But the real bosses, the real ballers are the ones that go out and they're like, I'll pay $5, $9, $10, $20 a click, right? That's scary. I would never, don't any of you start with those sort of ads because you need to learn how to make them convert first. But those people that know, they're like, I am so sure that this ad gets this type of customer, and this type of customer is going to spend this amount of money because I have an email sales sequence that will convert. And when you can do that, you can build your list on autopilot, right? And you can eventually get to the point where you're spending $2 and each subscriber is worth, you know, $4, $6, $10, $20, something like that, right? That's not unrealistic at all. And then the beauty is that that's what we're just talking about, just from when they get on and the sequence, right? Imagine the fact that now you're building this email list for free. Those emails don't just go away. Let's go back to Madison Square Garden, right? You're sitting there and now you have this audience is filling up. This audience is filling up. Tickets are being sold, right? And these people are now in the stands. They're going to be in the stands next month. And then the next month, it's going to be even more people, right? And that's how it works. That's the beauty of it. So if you can find that break-even point where you're like, I can spend $2. So for example, if it costs you $1 to get a click on Facebook and every click converts on your sales or your opt-in page at about 50%, that's $2 per email. Can you create a sequence that drives an average of $2 per subscriber or more? If you can, then you're getting free subscribers. That's how it works, guys. And if you can run that and have multiple different things running at the same time, you can grow your list massively, right? And you'll be beating out other people because you're going to be giving away stuff that they're afraid to. People are afraid to, like, people ask me, like, you pay to give your stuff away? Like, does it suck that bad? I'm like, no, it's that I know it's good. So that's why I want people to have it. Because if they have it and they get this good content, I know that they'll spend money with me going forward. I'm like, but even knowing that, I know that most of them won't. They're like, well, then why are you doing it? I'm like, because just a small percentage of them actually have to buy to make it all worth it. So yeah, they're like, well, what about people who just come and click on your ad and then they leave? Like, that doesn't matter because that's factored in. You think about that, right? And also there's myths about competitors going in and clicking on your ads. Google, it's not that easy, guys. If you run Google ads, Google monitors that. They can't. It's very difficult for anyone to actually get away with that. All right, here's some break-even cost considerations. You need to understand that it takes a lot of work, testing, and refinement. You're going to lose money at first when you try to run ads, but you're going to gain knowledge, right? It's going to be your tuition to becoming a better content marketer, a better paid traffic, better customer acquisition specialist. Let's say that. And that's a skill that's going to just pay off forever, right? And then you're going to, once you find one of these campaigns that's working, you ride it until the wheels fall off. right? You keep spending money until the ad costs go up and you're not profitable anymore. And then this is something I'm stealing straight from Russell Brunson. If you guys haven't already, read the book .com Secrets. He talks about this, but the whole concept, I mean, I can summarize like 50% of the book just by explaining the fact that a lot of people think that they have a conversion problem, when really the problem is that they don't have an average earnings per visitor, right? The earnings per subscriber aren't high enough. So you can do all you want to try to optimize your ads, and you should try to get your ads to be as lean as possible. But it's much easier to increase the average earnings per subscriber by like $20 than it is to increase or to decrease $1 click to 50 cents. So what you can do is add another upsell to what you're selling, or you can add another email to the sequence, or find something that's a little bit more expensive. Whatever it is, make it fit. Don't be too salesy, but that is where you should try to optimize. The most of your efforts should be spent on trying to maximize the average earning per subscriber. That's when the break even gets a lot easier, is when you can do that. So this is where this saying, it used to annoy me because I didn't really understand what the hell it meant, but it makes so much sense now. Whoever can afford to spend the most to acquire a new customer wins. Remember when I was talking about how people are hesitant to spend like $10 on a click because they're like, God, if somebody clicks on that, it's just gone. Like somebody can just easily just click on it and then it goes away, and that's $10. Can you imagine something like that in real life, where if somebody came up to and just like clicked a button and you just had to throw $10 on the ground? But when you know that you're profitable when you spend $10 clicks, you're going to be the only one doing $10 clicks, and you're going to be the only one getting customers, right? You're going to be the one that's able to outmarket your customers or your competitors, because you know the value of your customer and you've made that value so high because you have an optimized sales funnel after your opt-in, right? So you can liquidate at a very high cost per click, and you will just stave away all of the competition. It's beautiful. All right, so here's the $10 per day traffic method I promised. It's so simple, guys. The best way to learn paid traffic, whether it's Google, Facebook, Yahoo, or YouTube, is to just go and spend real money and try it, right? You have nothing to lose. Just go and learn the rules. Make sure that you're not breaking the rules. But go and try to run an ad, because this is what you're going to do. You're going to try to run an ad, and right away, you're going to have a very actionable question. You're going to be like, well, how do I add a pixel to my ClickFunnels website? Or how do I add a custom audience to blah, blah, blah? You're going to Google that, and you're going to find a very direct answer. Now, if you were to take a course, you would learn all that, but you really wouldn't. By the time it comes, you learn so much in a course. It's like, hours and hours and hours of content, which is great, but you're not going to remember it all when it comes time to actually take the action. And a lot of people take courses as a crutch, and they defer actually taking any sort of action. And it hinders your growth, right? So if you just go out and spend your own money, you're going to learn it faster than anyone else. One second, got chat. So if you do this, you are absolutely going to be ahead of anybody who takes any course. You should take the courses. They're awesome. That's great. I've taken more than I can count, but spend the money, guys. Spend the money. And once your own money and you're losing money, oh man, everything you heighten, like your perception, everything, the learning process becomes different, right? You're like, oh, I've got to learn. It's not just because I'm not just at the point now where I want to learn just because like I want to. I want to learn because I can't keep losing money. You'll learn it. Trust me. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Google everything. Don't be the person who doesn't Google something. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, is when someone asks something and I know that they didn't Google it and they went out of their way to ask somebody else. It's just rude, man. And it's not good for them. I teach my boys that. I tell my boys, like, look, guys, like I get it, and I'll answer their basic questions. But my older son, he's 9 now, I tell him, I'm like, dude, he'll be like, Dad, can you come down and help me with, restart my computer? I'm like, dude, yeah, but like, Google it, figure out how to do these things, and it'll pay off. All right, guys. So that is it. That is everything. I'm going to be sending you a replay, and I'm going to be sending a bunch of links. I'm going to send you that swipe file. Let me see if I can. Actually, I do have that. Whoops, the doodles. All right. So here's what to do next. Start building your list, guys. To do that, you will need some sort of email provider. I am an affiliate for ConvertKit, and that's how I'm able to do free webinars and stuff, is because I get paid on the back end from ConvertKit every once in a while if people buy through me. I'm not even going to recommend that you go with ConvertKit right away. You can use something free like MailChimp if you're not serious about your business yet and you don't know that you're going to be doing it for a while. You can go right in and use something like MailChimp, which I believe is still free. But I do recommend that you use ConvertKit. And when you sign up for ConvertKit, go through emailmarketingminicourse.com. And you'll also get my free ConvertKit course where I teach you how to use ConvertKit. And you're not spending any extra money. Check your follow-up emails for me. I'm going to send you guys a few things. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be awesome. If you're watching this replay, hit the subscribe button. Super easy. Leave a comment. Comment email marketing in the comments if you enjoyed this. If not, you can comment email marketing sucks. Whatever you want to comment. The more the merrier. But finally, enroll in the email marketing mini course. And here is the swipe file as promised. This link will be in the email. Let me put it over here in the comments. Whoops, the doodles. Some of you, this is also in the course. Let me see if I can put it over here in the messages. Chat. All right, yeah, there it is. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll post the link down there now. But guys, thank you guys for showing up. Small turnout, but thought it was important content. You guys, building your list is so important. I want you guys to look back and be like, oh, I'm glad that I got started when I got started. Don't be the person that every year is like, man, I wish I built my email list last year. Make this the year that you build it. If you already got a big one, make it bigger. Take some of these things that I've learned. I don't know everything, but I definitely know that a lot of these things that I've taught have a huge impact immediately on your list growing and on your entire business. So guys, thank you so much. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Peace.